I am Yogesh Arya, PGT Chemistry. Today I will explain you topic electrochemistry. This is the third unit of class 12th part 1. Electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with the study of two type of reactions. Number 1, electrochemical reactions. Number 2, electrolytic reactions. Electrochemical reactions are those reactions when they occur spontaneously and produce electricity. And electrolytic reactions are non-spontaneous reactions which occur on passing electric current. So, electrochemical reactions produce electricity when they occur, and electrolytic reactions occur when we pass electric current. So, these electrochemical reactions are used in galvanic cell where we produce electricity, and electrolytic reactions are used in electrolysis process. Now, to understand electrochemistry, we have to first discuss some important terms of electrochemistry. Number 1, metallic conductor. Metallic conductors are those substances which conduct electric current through them, and in metallic conductor the conduction of electric current is through metal atoms, and in these metal atoms conduction take place through the free electron. So conduction, because in metallic conductor conduction take place through free electron, so they are called electronic conductors, and this conduction is called electronic conductance. The most important and most good metallic conductor are silver metal, and while all other metals are good metallic conductor, but among the metallic conductor, silver is the most important metallic conductor. Now second is electrolytic conductor. Electrolytic conductors are the conductors which conduct electricity through dissolved state or through molten state. In electrolytic conductors, generally they are chemical substances which are ionic in nature. So these chemical substances, electrolytic conductors, when they are dissolved in water and produce solution, so in dissolved state they conduct electric current through ions, and they also conduct electric current when they are in molten state, because in molten state they conduct electric current through ions. So because they conduct electric current through ions, that's why they are called ionic conductor. Ionic conductors, or it is also called ionic conductance. Ionic conductance. Similarly, metallic conductors are called electronic conductors. Because in there the conduction takes place through electron, so they are called electronic conductors or electronic conductance. Now, metallic conduction in metal, or you can say electronic conductance, depends on the nature of metal. Number 1. Second, temperature. So, nature of metal, if suppose a metal atom has more number of free electron in their atom, they are good metallic conductor. Second, if the temperature increases, conductance of metallic conductor decreases. Now the factors which affect the ionic conductance or electrolytic conductance, there are 5 factors. Number 1, nature of electrolyte. Nature of electrolyte means if an electrolyte is ionic in nature, that will be more electrolytic conductor, because electrolyte when dissociate into ions, if it is a strong electrolyte, it will dissociate almost completely, so it will be good electrolytic conductor. Second is nature of solvent. Nature of solvent, the solvent in which electrolyte dissolve. If solvent is polar in nature, then dissociation will be fast. So the polar solvent will increase the electrolytic conductance. And if solvent is non-polar, then their conductance will be less. So polarity of the solvent increase the conductance. Third is solute solvent interaction. Solute solvent interaction, it is also called solvation of ion. It is also called solvation of ion. Solute solvent interaction, when we dissolve electrolyte in solvent, then ions of electrolyte undergo interaction with the molecule of solvent. If this interaction is strong, then solvation of ion will be more, so conduction will be less. If solute solvent interaction is more, conductance will be less. If solute solvent interaction is less, conductance is less. Fourth is solvent-solvent interaction. Means the solvent molecule in which solute get dissolved, if the solvent-solvent interaction is less, then conductance will be more. If solvent-solvent interaction is more, conductance will be less. The fifth factor is temperature. In case of electrolytic conductance, on increasing temperature, electrolytic conductance increases. While in case of metallic conductor, on increasing temperature, conductance decreases. But here in case of electrolytic conductor, on increasing temperature, conductance increases. So on increasing temperature, conductance increases. So it is directly related. But in case of metallic conductor, it is inversely related. So these are factors which affect the electrolytic conductors. Now, some more important terms of electrochemistry. Here we use the term electrolyte. So the next term is electrolyte. Electrolyte are the ionic compound which have tendency to dissociate into ion when they dissolve in solvent. So electrolyte only have very important property that they undergo dissociation. On the basis of the degree of dissociation, they are divided into two types of electrolyte. Number one, strong electrolyte. Number two, weak electrolyte. Strong electrolyte are those electrolyte which dissociate almost completely, means almost 100%. And weak electrolyte are the electrolyte which dissociate feebly, means a very less amount. So strong electrolyte, example of strong electrolyte are strong acid and strong base and their salt. And weak electrolytes are the electrolyte generally which are weak acids, weak base and their salt. For example, strong electrolyte NaCl, KCl and H2SO4, HNO3HCl. For weak electrolyte, weak acid like acetic acid, ammonium hydroxide, etc. etc. These are electrolyte. Now next important term, resistance. It is denoted by R. Resistance of a conductor is the measure of its obstruction when a conductor produces during the flow of electric current. When electric current flow in a conductor, then conductor produce some obstruction in the flow of current. This obstruction produced by a conductor in the flow of current is called resistance. It is denoted by R, and resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of conductor L, and resistance of conductor inversely proportional to the cross section area of conductor. So resistance directly proportional to L upon A. And if we remove this proportionality constant, then resistance equal to rho L upon A. So what is rho? This is rho is called resistivity. So rho is called resistivity. It is also called specific resistance, and L is the length of conductor, A is the cross section area of conductor. Unit of resistance, its unit is ohm, denoted by ohm. Now next is resistivity rho. Resistivity denoted by rho, RHO, rho. It is also called specific resistance. Specific resistance rho. And as you know from the formula, rho equal to R equal to rho L upon A. So rho equal to R A upon L. Rho equal to R A upon L. So this is the resistivity rho. Unit of rho, the unit of resistance R is ohm. Unit of A is centimeter square because it is the cross section area of conductor. Unit of L, centimeter, length of conductor. So this equal to ohm into centimeter. In the SI unit is SI unit of rho equal to ohm into meter. So this is the unit of rho, resistivity. Now definition of rho, if suppose we take a conductor of 1 centimeter cross area and length of 1 centimeter, then the rho equal to R. Rho equal to R if L equal to 1 centimeter, A equal to 1 centimeter square, then rho equal to R. So we can define the resistivity is the resistance of a conductor whose length is 1 unit and whose cross section area 1 unit, 1 centimeter square. So this is the definition of resistivity. So now student, today I will continue this lesson. Now this is up to this. Thank you.